Hello everyone, and this is SeReNiiTYzZ here, back with another awesome Fortnite Battle Royale video for you guys today. And this time today, guys, we have the Ark Angel SeReNiiTYzZ, the Ark Angel Gabriel. No, it is not. It is Ark SeReNiiTYzZ, Ark Angel SeReNiiTYzZ, coming down from the heavens today with Robior and GanGStaRss in their really nice link skins, and they really like the links. But the Angel SeReNiiTYzZ had to shine in this one and put in a performance. Because this skin is truly special, guys, and I have to say it may be my favourite legendary skin. Let's not forget the Black Knight, because this is iconic, but I have to say Ark is a fantastic legendary, and when I saw it in the store I was just like buy, immediately buy, and I really love this skin. And you know, this gameplay today was a stunning debut for her to make her appearance on SeReNiiTYzZ. But just look at this skin, look at this sheer brilliance. And in this gameplay today, guys, a really nice starting one for a debut here in SeReNiiTYzZ, Season 7, with the boys Robior and GanGStaRss and squads right here. First game of the night playing with them, which it actually was. As you can see, play a match with a friend is one of my challenges on this night of games, so it was first game with them, and definitely a fantastic one to begin with, guys. And we're deciding to go Retail Row, which is brilliant because we're going to have a lot of competition. There's going to be people there. Ark Angel SeReNiiTYzZ can come down from the heavens, from the sky, as you see with the snow glider, the snowflakes, and you know, look to cast her, you know, sing a few praises, and you know, get a few people. You know, angels shouldn't be, you know, killing people, but you know, we have to be a merciful angel in this gameplay, and you know, just put the issue of the Royale to bed and secure the Royale for Ark Angel. And the pickaxe as well is called Virtue. Everything about this skin I love. The design, she looks amazing in the menu. Obviously the main thing you see in the game is the back, and the back of her is designed so well. And you know, fantastic start for me to get the presents right here. And guys, I'm just going to try and hold my calm and commentate this gameplay as we go through. But really nice start to get the present out of that chest, because it wasn't the greatest without the present being there. So and presents were definitely sent to me from the heavens in this gameplay, but you'll see what I mean later. But definitely they were definitely heaven sent, I'll just put it that way. But right in the beginning, guys, we had Phil on as well, so we always tend to get a random, and he died very early on, so nothing we can do to save him. But at this moment I've got a more pressing issue. I'm trying to save my boy GanGStaRss, and by the time I get to the bar in Retail Row, I'm too late. Unfortunately, GanGStaRss has now been taken down. It's up to Robior and SeReNiiTYzZ to see if they can change the world. And I tried to get to Roger as quickly as I could there, and I apologise to him in game. So I came as quickly as I could, but unfortunately he was taken down. Then the teammate tried to avenge him by knocking Rob, but I was like, no, sorry mate, Ark Angel SeReNiiTYzZ is not going to have that, and just gets the quick 3 kills, and gets the revive on point for Rob now to come back up. And I just will not have that. You know, I will say who comes into heaven and who goes down to hell. It's my decision right here. I'm the Ark Angel SeReNiiTYzZ, you know, friends of Ark Angel Gabriel, and I'll just not tolerate that. And like I say, now it's down to Robior and SeReNiiTYzZ to change the world to how they see fit in this squad Royale, and see what we can achieve right here on the channel. But yeah, really good start. I decided to obviously give Rob the med kit because he needed it, and also give him the big pot so he gets 150 health. My health is in a better place than him. Obviously, after being revived, he's only going to have 30, so I like that decision in game. And at this point here, I'm just trying to help him because there's loads of people around us. There's a guy underneath us, as you can hear, and there's also people fighting out in the main complex. A lot of people came to Retail Row in this game, so I think Robior and I did so well. You know, spoiler alert, we do come out alive, but I think we did really well in this situation to survive in the way that we did. And you know, fantastic individual plays from us. At this point here, I heard from GameStar this guy come in, but obviously I've got no more mats. You see, I've got very few mats there, so I thought it'd just be safer to get inside. Rob can watch me from overhead, and at this point here, put some nice pressure on the guy with the SMG earlier. He gets knocked by another team that's here, so many different teams that are here, and eventually put some shots onto one guy. And that guy was part of a team where Robior knocked some other players as well, so we take quite a few of them down there. Fantastic plays from Rob and myself, you know, brilliant start for Ark Angel SeReNiiTYzZ on the channel. 4 kills. Definitely feeling good about this one, and no guessing to say, well, Rob, I definitely feel like I'm going to record this one as we go through. But at this point here, nice play from Rob to knock that guy. I think that was with the Eagle with the balloon. Crazy plays from Rob there. At this point, Rob says his teammates coming. Unfortunately, lands a few shots on Rob, but I'm able to take him down as well and keep Robior safe. Keep him safe in the heavenly realm of SeReNiiTYzZ. But yeah, definitely got to use some of this immortality to bring peace to the world for Robior and SeReNiiTYzZ. But no, it was a heavenly touch. God, we're going to go through it all today. But so right here, guys, getting the loot that matters. Some really nice weaponry after getting those guys. Actually, purple. I think that's a purple heavy there, isn't it? I think I see on the previous screen. Blue AR, purple compact SMG, and a Rift. I mean, you couldn't really ask for more at this stage in the game. So I was really happy with the weaponry I ended up getting, and I think at this point Rob's just healing up because of that fight. Was a bit hectic, and probably one of the most hectic retail row starts I've ever had, and it definitely got so busy there. So busy in that time frame, and I think all the teams sort of came together, just grabbed their weapons like we did, and just went to war. Basically, I think as we move forward here into the zone, we got to go sort of past Dusty. You can see as well, I barely had time to really mine a decent amount of material. Most of the material I have is from players that I've killed, but we've already got to go. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, 5 odd minutes roughly. We've been playing 5 kills. And now we're on the move. This is sometimes what happens in high kill games. You just have to really roll with it. It's exciting when it happens, but like generally, it's just like not even time to look at the rest of retail. It's already been done anyway. Because, like I said, loads of players like us just came in there, grabbed what they need, and go to war. And Robior and I are the champions of retail row, which is very exciting to be declared that. And coming from there, obviously we set ourselves up for the next area well, but definitely at this point in the gameplay I was thinking halfway through the gameplay is a really interesting time in Fortnite Battle Royale, because sometimes the kills that you make there, the plays that you make there are going to make it much easier on you in the end. So I was thinking at this point, whilst we did well to get out of there, definitely need to get some heals, need to find some additional things to make this Royale more likely. So it's always good to try and make sure that you get all those things. And Ark Angel SeReNiiTYzZ here, just surveying the world, thinking an apple a day keeps the doctor away, even though she's not worried about joining her companions like Ark Angel Gabriel and CupidITyzZ and all those that reside in heaven. My sensei CupidITyzZ with a Love Ranger last year used to call him CupidITyzZ, but all of their companions up in heaven. Ark Angel SeReNiiTYzZ knows that she can join her fellow gods up on Mount Olympus one day, but no, I'm kidding. But yeah, probably getting the mythology all incorrect here, all the gods and everything. But Ark Angel SeReNiiTYzZ knows that they're blessed. Robior and her are blessed, to win this Royale and try and clutch this Royale. She feels that they've got God behind them, God's speed, God willing, and the willingness to win this Royale. And Ark Angel SeReNiiTYzZ at this point, minor transition here as the storm's coming in, because Ark Angel SeReNiiTYzZ unfortunately can't go through that gap, but yeah, definitely felt that Royale was coming on. At this point here, Rob's like, dude, forget about your channel for a moment, there's people out of the crater right here. And at this moment he's going forward to sort of see where they're at, and at this point I'm like, hello Rob, I'm coming man, just wait a sec. Ark Angel SeReNiiTYzZ preparing her halo, just making sure her dress is all intact, and getting the weapons ready for the onslaught that's due to come up. And at this point here, moving forward to attack with Robior, and at this point here just trying to determine where the guy was that Robior was looking at. There's a few different couple of teams fighting here. At this point here, using the dynamite really nicely. Robior with a really crucial knock again, just really nice shots from him. At this point here, put some nice shots into another player, knocking down the AR from range there nicely. And forget for a moment here, obviously there's a boombox in place, so look, can't build, and we're trying to jump up on this hill. It's a little bit awkward with the boombox there. And at this point here, some really nice initial shots from Robior to get onto that guy. Builds really nicely there, and I do a fadeaway shot before his walls come up and finish that guy off for Rob there really nicely. And at this point here, getting the better of a lot of people there. That was really nice play. And at this point here, finding a purple assault rifle, which is, you know, key, really crucial, fantastic to have that as well. Definitely at this point in the gameplay, because it's very powerful. But I think I was at cross purposes here, trying to decide what assault rifle I really wanted, because whilst you know, the purple heavy assault rifle is much better than the blue AR for general, I would say, general damage. You know, for this point in the game, I was kind of contemplating whether I might want to keep the blue AR for just, you know, destroying build structures. So kind of at this point, I was weighing that up and saying, Rob, do you want this purple heavy assault rifle? And he was like, I've got a SCAR, man, because he prefers SCAR, which generally, if I had a SCAR at this point in the game, I probably would take that as well. So at this point here, I decided to proceed with the blue AR and, you know, get a nice purple suppressed, the new suppressed sniper rifle, which is a very nice addition to my inventory, and at this point feeling pretty good about my choices. But yeah, definitely the purple heavy. You know, it depends on the player's perspective, but I think at this point I just felt there wasn't too much that I had that could destroy build structures, and at this point in the game that might have been useful. But then again, you know, the purple heavy assault rifle is just so beastly. Can you really leave it behind? But I may use it on later. You will see, guys. But definitely, it was a decision that it's kind of player's choice at that point. But you know, generally overall, I would definitely say the purple heavy assault rifle is way better than the blue AR, and in most circumstances I should have taken the heavy, but at this point, like I explained, I felt like I might need an AR that can sort of stand up to build structures, because whilst heavies are amazing, they aren't the best at destroying player builds. So that's one thing I thought about at the time of the game. But ridiculous for damage, let's be honest. So at this point here, Robior and I just setting up in the new zone. Obviously a storm's making its way into this one, so we just have to sort of hang around for a bit of time to find out where it's going. At this point here, there's not many players left. As you can see, there is not many players left, guys. Where has the time gone? I think, we're already top 7. Top 7 at this point in the gameplay. We're like 12 minutes in, top 7. Look how big the zone is. At this point here, I think GanGStaRss was spectating Rob, and you know, like obviously wishing us well to the Royale. You know, spectating from heaven. You know, SeReNiiTYzZ takes care of his boy GanGStaRss. You know, puts Roger up in a comfortable place. But at this point, he tells us that the main team is below us, and at this point here, it would be really nice if Rob or myself could get a shot onto these guys and, you know, potentially knock one of them down there, because where they are in the river is a terrible position for them. But they do have a lot of projectile things, rockets, etc. And at this point here, just try and land a snipe. It doesn't really go to my liking there. I don't know how that rocket didn't really hit me. That seemed really close. That one really frightened me again. I was like, oh my god. And at this point here, we've learned the destination of the new circle. And to be honest with you, I'm not really landing any shots. It's a bit awkward. They're very alert of our presence here. Then we start to hear a plane. I've got the rift. I say to Rob, let's get out of it, bro. And he's like, yeah, I'm second to that. And Rob was thinking the exact same thing as me there. That's why we were so quick to escape. Really good communication from the both of us, like you saw from our first duos game, which I just recently uploaded together. First main duos game where we clutched up. We definitely have good teamwork and communication. I think Rob and I were exactly on the same page at the time there. And you know, it's a very big final few circles here for only 7 players. Obviously Rob and I are 2 of those 7, so we're against, you know, 5 players, and it's a massive circle for 7 players. And I was really thinking to myself here, we want to get a good area in this zone and kind of contemplate where they all are. And I have to say, guys, it stayed at 7 players. That's why it's such an interesting game, this one. And you know, we got the Royale because it stayed at 7 players for the longest time, and you know, all the kind of teams that were left were not budging. And to be honest with you, I'm going to watch it back a few times because I really love this gameplay, and I think for Ark Angel SeReNiiTYzZ here, her debut was a very promising one. But I still, to this day, I'm going to really have to watch it back in detail. I can't figure out. I think there was a team of 3 and a team of 2 players, but I'm not entirely sure because I think that was the 5. But I in the final fight, which you guys are going to see, I don't know who is who, to be honest. And I don't think Rob and I knew at any point who was who, but I think we just decided, since the zone was so big, I didn't have many materials at this point. I think Rob as well, again, like I explained in our earlier situation, this point in the game, it's really important to get the resources available to you that you need, and I think Rob at this point was really lucky because down by Dusty, he's searching all the houses there. They were kind of untouched, so we were lucky with that because I think Rob gets some additional things that he kind of needed towards the end of the game. And why not? You know, we need to get a hand on something we're doing. It's unlikely we're going to get much more loot from killing, because by the time we get to kill players, it's going to be like the final battle, really, because of the low player count. So it's a really interesting game from that point of view. And you know, for me to have 7 kills was a really promising aspect, and I was getting admirations of, you know, the double digit. We'll see whether I do it or not, but yeah, you know, definitely I was getting those aspirations, but you know, this situation is not ideal for double digit because it's going to be a very slow game, and you know, basically I have to kill, you know, pretty much all the players that are left to make it a reality. So you know, and based on the situation that we've got here, we know where one of the teams is. They've set up a massive tower in Tilted Towers. I've communicated that to Rob and let him know because they're trying to snipe us from there. And would you believe it, we have to go towards them in that direction. And at this point I was saying to Rob, if you have any more material, bro, I might need it for this final battle. And definitely we were considering our options here because it's yeah, it's a hard one to push towards, definitely where they're set up in Tilted, and we were also wondering where this other team was because it, like I said, it stayed at 7 players for the longest time. Basically nothing was happening, all the teams were sort of happy to sit where they were, so a very interesting game. A little bit of a waste of material there, just coming out to the top of my base. This isn't going to be in anyway. I think that was a bit lazy from me, considering Rob just gave me, you know, to put me up to about 497 wood. I just, you know, burnt about 80 wood there, so that was a bit daft at the time of the gameplay. I'm not sure why I did that, but you know, definitely at this point here we're trying to do all we can to try and sort of monitor, get as much information as we can about the teams that are left, because we don't want to just, you know, be fed to the slaughter when we go into Tilted Towers. And I think Rob has a few ideas of his own to make it a bit more comfortable transition for us into the zone, as he snipes the player from a ridiculous amount of meters away from back here to one of the guys in Tilted. And I said, dude, what a snipe, like, well played. And he was like, yeah, it was good, man, but he's going to get rezzed. But I thought to myself, that was fantastic, and showing how good Rob is on the game now. Fantastic shot, I have to say, like, well played to hit that from where we were. And at this point here I was feeling confident, and I thought that was an omen for, you know, Rob and I potentially taking this Royale home and making it one for SeReNiiTYzZ. But we'll have to see whether it received the godly touch or not, as Robior and SeReNiiTYzZ push into Tilted right here, guys. So as you can see here, guys, Rob is just in the zone there, and pretty much giving me all the comms about what the team are doing. They're still up in that massive tower of theirs upon Tilted Towers. And at this point here, I find the purple heavy assault rifle for which I ditched earlier, and decide that's got to be an omen as well. Let's take it this time for the final bit of gameplay, and I'm really happy I did, because I do some nice work with it towards the end of the game. So definitely glad I grabbed it, because these things are deadly in a fight, and I thought at this point in the game it might be more handy to have one of these things. And yeah, with the way they're playing from quite far back, it's not going to be a sort of, well, we have to deal with their build or try and get around it somehow. But I think in the way that to perhaps best deal with it, I have some dynamite, but also, you know, the circles are going to get so small at this point in the gameplay. It's finally coming to the end, and we're still 7 players, including Rob and myself. At this point I'm saying to Rob, dude, there's no way I'm going past that massive tower on Tilted Towers that they've built on top of that building. So I say to Rob, I'm just going to go around the back, bro, and take another route in, because part of the reason I wanted to do this as well, we still hadn't established where those other 2 players were. So I thought it was a team of 3 on that tower, you know, roughly, and then where are these other 2 guys? So at this point here I was just trying to figure that out, and was really at this point checking if anyone would shoot me as I made this press. So I really like this play that I did at the time, because I'm now getting more information about where the other people must be in this, you know, smaller, this circle now getting, you know, increasingly smaller. You know, so it's, you know, they've got to come out sometime. And at this point here, coming into Tilted Towers finally, from Retail Road to Tilted Towers. At this point here, you know, considering what I'm seeing in front of my eyes on the screen, I was like, I want rid of this bloody massive massive tower on tilted towers, and the dynamite there was trying to, you know, pretty much blow out a little bit of a section so I can see what's going on here, and that catches the attention of one player who starts to shoot me. Have no idea what team this guy's batting for, but at this point here it doesn't matter, he's an enemy, so just making sure I build, you know, as much as I can, and at this point here there's a bit of activity in the feed. And the guy is still putting the pressure on me, and at this point here, right on the edge of the storm, and Rob's just to my left, looking to press from another angle, and at this point here I see a crate in the distance, and reason, you know, if we're going to get this Royale, I have to really try and go for it, and, you know, hope for the best getting into this next area. But the thing is, I'm running out of materials, but I do have a crate to play with, and the other teams are busy fighting, and at this point Robior starts to do his thing as well and take a position in the zone to monitor things. At this point here, find a gold suppressed sniper rifle to replace my purple, and some more presents. Now, I did say at the beginning of the game the presents were key to the victory, but let's see what it has in store right here. So as you can see, not the greatest, and I was hoping for some heals, but I do have some gas. Now this will be interesting. Look at the material count, or how many materials or lack of I have now, guys. As I make my way onto the hill, that's it. Ark Angel SeReNiiTYzZ out of materials. Rob gets knocked, unfortunately, but does the business before falling. At this point, it's up to Ark Angel SeReNiiTYzZ. There's a couple of players left, coming in weak from the storm. At this point, Rob calls that mad out to me. He's weak, bro. And the green goblin gas from Ark Angel SeReNiiTYzZ is enough to make him smell, and dealt it right there from Ark Angel SeReNiiTYzZ, as Ark Angel SeReNiiTYzZ from the heavens, from the mountainly heavens, sees in the high ground, gives the red card and the llama bell right on point, and celebrates a solid Royale there, guys, to finish off a special game with Robior. And unfortunately GanGStaRss was obviously did see the greatness, but unfortunately was taken out in the beginning, but gets the win because he had the faith, he had the belief in Ark Angel SeReNiiTYzZ and Link's god Robior. You know, he had the belief that they would triumph, and we certainly did triumph there, guys. 9 kills. Bit of a shame the double digit didn't come because there were enough players in play, but this is sometimes the way it goes. I love the number 9 anyway, so for me, solid game. You know, really fantastic debut for Ark Angel SeReNiiTYzZ, and guys, what can I say? Another fantastic game for the channel, and I really hope you enjoyed it. It was nice to clutch it up at the end. Pretty, you know, wanted to sort of, you know, be grateful in a way that the guy died to my gas, because I had no more materials, and if he had like 900 wood, I'm not sure where that fight was going, but Ark Angel SeReNiiTYzZ manages to clutch up and gets on the channel anyway. But Rob doing some really nice pressure before he got knocked as well. It's a really nice play from him. And yeah, just good, you know, awareness from me to be aware of the situation, that I completed the challenge. First game of the night, first Royale of the night, and we went on to win quite a few on this night of games. So more squad highlights to come out with Robior GanGStaRss, but this was Ark Angel SeReNiiTYzZ, guys, celebrating with their best mates, and I'll see you next time, guys. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time.